Hello and welcome back and welcome to the race, the first race in the Downforce Cup. This is race 1 at Spa. This is a 40-minute timed race. We do have a formation lap where everyone can go out and warm up their cars, warm up the tyres, get into the mode, get into the pit lane, all that sort of stuff, get everything sorted out, make sure they've got the right fuel. The cars will then form up on the grid. We'll do a standing start and then the 40 minutes will start from the time the checkered flag goes to the time that the checkered flag falls at the end. This is going to be an incredible race here. When the grid gets underway, I'll go through our starting grid. We're still waiting for Mr. Kruger to form up. There he is on the line. Kruger has formed up with 8 seconds to go before the starting grid. It looks like everyone is now on the grid and ready to go. So, here we go. This is the formation lap here in the Downforce Cup. So, they will get underway nicely. Let us have a look at our starting order then, shall we? So we have David Kruger in the Boston Racing in 1, Frozen Droid in 2nd place in the Top Gun car, Wino Aski in 3, his assistant car in the Boston Racing, and Spook in the Wonton GP in 4th. In 5th place we have Ricky Tan in the Penis Oils car, Gagan back markers, Alex 1 in the Team Blackline car, and Alex Goncalves in P8. P9 we have Flying Rhino in the Moonshiners, Jack in the Drive-By Racing car in 10, Oblong Kamikaze Racing Team 11th, and Hirio in the Team Blackline car in 12. In 13th place we have Schmidt in the Sister Top Gun car, Jordan in 14th in the Black Nut Racing car, the Coolest Guy Mason in 15th in the Kamikaze Racing Team Sister car, Valtech in the GSMC livery car, and Wild Boys in 17th place in the Drive-By Racing car. So that is our top. That is our qualifying position, shall I say. So let's us get all our overlays back up and running. Push. Oh, I don't want that one. I want that one. There we go. Thank you very much. And we just need to set our replay event going so we can try and get some replays. Here we are. All back and lovely. Perfect. So they're just going around the circuit now, warming up the cars. Warming up the track. In fact, I am just going to throw to Ken quickly. Ken, who do you think is going to win?
Oh, good question. It's going to have to be Kruger. That qualifying was sublime.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely going to be Kruger. I think Wino Aski has a chance to jump Frozen Droid here, actually. Frozen Droid is prone to some mistakes. Flat out and maybe chasing Kruger a little bit too hard, but it's going to be interesting top 3, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, we'll check into you later. So, as they go back to the grid now, they are just lining up. Last little burnout for the cars as they pull into their grid sockets. They had a very, very nice formation lap. I must say, well done, lads. Last little shuffle for the guys as they go onto the grid here. This is when the heart rate starts. Heart rate starts climbing. You see Wild Boys right at the back there, just crawling around, getting into position there. So that is him formed up lovely. And here we have, so 6 seconds countdown to go. You hear the lights, you hear the times. Waiting, and they're off. That is a good start. And it equals, we've got a spinner at the back instantly. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6 cars all tangled up right at the back of the grid. That is a big collision right at the back of the grid. Lots of damage and bodywork flying all over the place. That didn't look good. We've got Schmidt in the middle of the line, people's front wings all over the place. That isn't good. That is going to be a safety car, I think, straight away. We've got to neutralise this race. And as we see the car...
Alright, we've had a bit of a collision to the back of the grid. That's going to be a safety car until that gets sorted.
So the safety car is out. So straight away, incident at the back of the grid. We saw Gagan. Gagan is only just underway. We've got bits of front wing all over the place. Jordan got caught up in that. Schmidt looked like he got caught up in that. Oblong may have been caught up in it. Yeah, Oblong was also missing a front wing. Valkio is looking okay. So we've got a couple of guys with no front wings. We have the safety car out. I missed the carnage at the front there. So we've got Kruger from Frozen, from Aski, from Ricky Tan. So Ricky Tan's actually jumped Spook, I believe, in the first couple of corners that we had flying there. So that is a good job from Ricky Tan. So yeah, that was a big mess, actually. Oh, I didn't even press the replay button, did I? Oh, I'm such a numpty. Okay, that's my bad. I didn't hit the replay for the start of the race. We could have seen exactly what happened, but it looked like someone spun, launching off the grid and just took out everyone from behind them, unfortunately. So this will give everyone at the back a chance to pit, get a new wing and get back onto the Crocodile before it all forms up, which is fine. So we see Gagan right at the back of the grid. Apparently someone stalled on the start, says J71. So we think someone stalled. The person behind took a void in action and then probably spun because of the sharp turn to the left and to the right is probably what happened, yeah. We see J71, the Oblong got caught up in that pretty badly, lost his front wing. Must be happy for the safety car though, to be able to get in, get a new front wing and continue on his way. So actually we're just going to ride on board with Oblong now as he joins into the pit lane. We see Jack into the pits as well. That's an interesting stop. Jack is also missing his front wing. So yes, Jack got caught up in that as well. So he needs a new front wing as well from him. And we see Oblong into the pit lane as well, just up ahead. So they're just going to take some damage, Timer. Yeah, he got hit by the guy that spun. Yeah, that's unfortunate from Oblong. So Jack is now leaving the pit lane. Oblong's in, Jordan's in the pit lane. So these guys should catch up to the Crocodile fairly quickly. So it might be a relatively short safety car here, which would be nice. We just see Gaga now into the pit lane. He's probably just fixing some repairs on his car. Apparently Mason, actually let's have a look where Mason's up into 9th place. Yeah, so great job from Mason. He avoided all of that carnage at the start. So good job from him. Yeah, what an amazing job from Mason. So let's run through the grid as it stands. So Kruger is first, Frozen Joint is in second, Askey's third, Rickytown fourth, Spook in fifth, the Flying Rhino in 6th place, Alex 1 in 7th, Alex 2 or Alex Goncalves in 8th, Mason in 9th, Wild Boys 10th, Hero 11th, Valtereco, I need to ask him how to pronounce his name, in 12th, Schmidt in 13th, Jack 14th, Jordan 15th, Oblong 16th, and Gagan at the back of the grid in 17th place. It looks like Gagan has retired the car. That is a shame. So Gagan, and Oblong spun again into the wall on his outlet trying to catch up. So Oblong into the wall again, lost his front wing. So Oblong is firmly at the back of the grid. That is a real shame. So we're still looking at Jack to catch up to the back of the grid. So it looks like this safety car might go on for 1 lap longer, which is a shame. While we wait for Oblong to pit and rejoin the back of the pack. But Gagan has retired the car. So that is unfortunate. So Gagan only lasted half a lap, which is a real shame. Hopefully he does better next time. So let's ride on board with Oblong to see what... So yeah, it's just big understeer now with a missing front wing. J71, what happened to Oblong? You're our man on the inside. Yeah, so Oblong has lost his front wing again somehow. So he's just rejoining. Oh, he's got to carry on. I don't think Oblong knows. Oblong may not know he's got front wing damage. So, okay, so when he catches back up to the grid, yeah, we're just going to have to go, I think. So where is the back of the grid now? So the back of the grid is just at the top of El Rouge. Lost control by himself. He doesn't even know why. Jay, does he know that he's got front wing damage? He's missing a front wing. Hopefully he does. So we see Oblong now cruising up to the back of the pack. Oh, he knows. Okay, so he just chose not to pit. Okay. That is interesting. Okay, so we see Oblong now. So yeah, he's only a couple of corners behind the safety car. You see Gary Kruger up in front. Frozen Joy just behind him. The pack is all formed up nicely. I would say then, since Oblong knows that the safety car is now coming in. The safety car lights are off, so we will be starting at the end of this lap. You see the beautiful safety car that we have now in the GSMC livery. The lights are off. They are now weaving their tyres to get warmth back into these. I need to make sure that I create a replay for the start of this time because we could have watched that during this. J71 says he knows. He's going to lose so much time, Jay, without pitting. We gave him an extra lap so he could pit and catch up. He should have taken it and got fully repaired, Jay. Okay, so hang on, we're just going to pull over to Ken before we start. Yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, so I think that was just a driver error from Oblong there. He thought he had to pit with the lead vehicles there, missed his chance. So he's just going to limp on with the mistake sort of under his belt now.
Right, okay. Maybe hold out for another safety car, maybe. Yeah. So that could do him some favour, yeah, but he's going to lose a lot of time on that, unfortunately. But yeah, okay, so we are just now on to the final bus stop chicane. We see David Kruger now backing up the back of the pack. Okay, let's mark a replay event from here. So we see Kruger now crossing the line, and he is gone. The car is on. We are underway. There's another spin at the back in a yellow Jordan, but he looks like he's clear of everyone else. He's just spun right round. It looks like Oblong has pulled into the pit straight away, actually. We see a spin of Frozen Droid actually spun at the top of the hill. So Frozen Droid now tumbling down the grid, and we see Kruger now actually into P2. So Askey gets ahead of Kruger as they fall up the hill. Kruger gets a little bit wide, and Ricky Tan has got Spook all over the back of him. Heading up down the long camera straight. Ricky Tan goes defensive really early here. Spook is going to try and go around the outside. Is he going to make it? Ricky Tan gets on the brakes nice and late. Does he get the car slowed? He does get the car slowed down. So Ricky Tan holds P3 from Spook with an amazing defense up the hill here. Who is that behind Alex 1? And who is that just behind Alex Goncalves? The two Alexes fighting head to tail as well. This is all over the place here. We saw Frozen Droid tumble all the way down to the back of the Frozen Droid into 14th place here. Look at this guy from behind. That is a car spinning. That is Schmidt, I think, spinning into the middle of the pack here. But Schmidt gets the car under control and carries on. But now he is falling behind his teammate. That's like Jack and Jordan through on his side. I think there was a little bit of contact, but we see Wild Boys ahead of his teammate Jack. Wild Boys up into a points paying position here. What a great start from Wild Boys as he continues on the lap. And we see Jack now trying to make a move on the outside. So he does. Jack makes a move on the outside of Wild Boys. So Wild Boys has let him through. So Jack is through. Wild Boys is now holding up the guys behind him. So that is who is that? That is Jordan and Frozen Droid. And we see Frozen Droid now actually getting past Jordan. And Frozen Droid now pushing to get past Wild Boys as they look at this. The battles are all over the place here. I just want to keep a head up the top. So Ricky Tan and Spook are still. But we see Frozen Droid now just nipping through on Wild Boys on the entrance here. But they're all queuing up behind Wild Boys. Oh, it's a big move up the inside there from Frozen Droid. No, that wasn't. That was from Schmidt actually. Schmidt on the inside of Wild Boys here. And Wild Boys actually loses 4 places in the space of basically half a corner. Who have we got here? We've got Alex and Mason just behind. So we see Jack now tumbling down. What's happened here? So Jack's been overtaken by the GSMC liveried Valkyro car as they pull down, but he's going to pull back. Actually, Jack's going to get in front here. So Jack, a nice move up the hill, but you don't want to be too far in front here because he's going to catch up. And look at this, he's just pulling out of the slipstream here. Is the DRS open? I can't see actually on the car. Is he going to make a move down? No, Jack gets the car stopped nicely and turned in. Well, let's have a look here. So we see the two Borson Racing cars, 1 and 2 here. This is a fantastic start for this brand new team here in the GSMC. But Askey actually getting the move on his teammate early doors. I wonder whether they're going to have any sort of inter-team conversation about who's going to be racing 1 and 2 here, or whether they're just going to hold station. But it looks like actually one Askey is gapping slightly his teammate. Yeah, he's a good 2 tenths up the road, and his teammate is struggling to stay behind. But Ricky Tan and Spook are close as well. I saw this just behind, so Spook might be able to use DRS, I think, on the end of this lap to start reeling in Ricky Tan. 1 down the start-finish straight DRS zone, and then 1 down the long camber straight at the top of the hill. But we also need to watch Frozen Droids climb back up the grid, so he's very, very close to Valkyro here. I keep saying that name differently every time, and I will do continually. But we just see here, one Askey setting the fastest lap time of 145.9. That's a lightning fast time here. 5 tenths up now on Kruger. So actually Frozen Droid and Schmidt are both through on Valkyrie. We missed that, so they've gone through on the guys at the front. We're just watching Schmidt now closing down Ricky Tan. Has he got DRS? No DRS yet, so it might be enabled after this lap. This might be the second lap, but he's looking for the outside. But we see Ricky Tan defending the position nicely and continue on. Oh, we see Valkyro dropping like a stone down the grid. He must have made a mistake. We see Wild Boys and Jordan go through. It looks like Jordan's lost his front wing. Jordan has lost his front wing somewhere in the melee. It's going to cause him to be very... Yeah, look, he can barely get the car holding. He's on the grass here. That is huge from him at the top of the grid. So where is Frozen Droid now? So Frozen Droid is into P10, into the points. But he's now got to catch the Jack in front of him. So that is plus 2.8 seconds he needs to catch on Jack. Will he do it at the end of this race? We'll keep an eye on him. We'll bring up our driver's block actually. But we've got this battle, Ricky Tan, Kruger, Askey. Is all flowing quite nicely. Ricky Tan actually managed to gap Spook a little bit. He's now 0.5 of a second ahead. So he's a bit quicker. It seems like he's a bit faster in the middle section and a little bit slower down straights. So that would say to me he might be using a little bit more downforce on the car. So he's not quite as slippery in a straight line, but he's faster through all the corners. Braking in the middle of the road there just to stop any potential dive bomb up the inside. Gets the car turned nicely. And we just see, so we see Askey again setting another fastest lap time. Now Kruger is outside the 1 second mark of Askey. So Askey's doing a fine job here. And looks like he's potentially going to be pulling away. We see Ricky Tan now heading down the straight. Let's have a look here. Let's see if there is DRS available for Spook this time round. So they cross the DRS line there. Doesn't look like he's using DRS, so yeah, it's a weird one. I'm not seeing any DRS being enabled here. It might be just my eyes, but who knows. But yeah, so Spook is still chasing down a fast Ricky Tan. I think Frozen Droid might be on the back of Jack here. Frozen Droid is right on the back of Jack here as they're going along the camera straight. Jack doesn't put in any defense, so Frozen Droid is going to just nip up the inside, gets on the brakes nice early. Looks like he run right a little bit wide, so Jack could try and come back at him here. Because Jack is having a look at the faster line, but no, Frozen Droid got some closed off. So Frozen Droid absolutely demolished that gap within half a lap, didn't he? So Frozen Droid is absolutely flying. Up next for Frozen Droid is the coolest guy. Let's see how that goes for him. We still have, just up the road, the two Alexes racing. Yeah, so Alex Goncalves and Alex 1 are still racing nose to tail here. They are only a couple of tenths apart as they see them both running wide on the exit there. So let's have a look. Oh, look at that. Alex Goncalves runs extremely wide on the exit. So that is going to allow Mason to catch up and actually gain some time on him as they're heading down the straight. It's a shame that we've lost Gagan so early in the race. But we are still at 16 current race. Look at that. It's extremely wide there. These cars can take that easily flat. There's no need to be that wide. It looks like Flying Rhino is catching up to Spook as well. So Spook must have made a mistake here. Unless he's caught up. What's the interval between him and Ricky Tan? Yeah, so nearly a second now. So yeah, it looks like Spook and Flying Rhino. Looks like Flying Rhino is looking up to take a pass up. Took a lot of curb there on the right. That is very brave from the Flying Rhino. Flies along here. Spook goes for the early defense. Rhino is going to tuck right in behind him, pull out at the last second. Is he going to try and go around the outside? He does attempt around the outside and gets the car moved done. Oh, it gets a little bit of oversteer on the exit, but keeps the car just ahead as he continues along his way. So that is a beautiful move from the Flying Rhino around the outside of last season's winner, Spook. But Spook isn't going to take that line down, so Spook might have made a little mistake, been a little bit slow. Or the Rhino is just that far as we haven't seen. But yeah, Flying Rhino now has to catch up with Ricky Tan. So who have we got here? So we've got actually Mason has managed to get through Alex Goncalves. We saw him, Alex, having some issues. And actually he's about to get on top of Alex number 1 here. As it looks like he's a little bit slow. So Mason's having a fine showing here in the Kamikaze car. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1. Askey and Kruger are close together now. They're only 4 tenths apart from each other, so we have to keep an eye on that. The thing is, by the time I see the gaps, they're overtaking each other. So who is that? Is that Frozen Droid behind? Oh, Mason's run wide here. So Mason has fallen off the track. That's now Frozen Droid and Alex to go through. So he's lost 2 places in a matter of seconds there. And in fact, Jack has nipped through as well. So Mason's gone from 7th to 10th in the blink of an eye. That is such a shame from him. So we're just watching now Alex defending from Frozen Droid here. Let's see. But Jack has actually stayed on the back of Frozen Droid quite nicely here. Oh, I see Jack's rear wing working there. So the rear wings definitely are enabled. So let's have a look. So Kruger is still holding in. Oh, actually Spook has got back through Flying Rhino, but we've completely missed. Yeah, so Spook's gone through Flying Rhino. It's actually a little bit up the road, which is fine. So we missed that. So we're just watching Alex, Frozen, Jack go through 1, 2, 3. And looking at Alex taking really wide at the top of the hill. But look at this. Frozen Droid on his gearbox. Absolutely flat out here as they go down the straight. Is he going to try and go around the outside? Is Alex going to outbrake him? He does indeed. That it seems like a favourite move here. Frozen Droid around the outside. But Alex isn't giving up here. Alex is trying around the outside but goes really wide. Jack is going to try and poach up one up the inside here. Is Jack going to be brave? Oh, Jack bows out just at the last minute here. So Frozen Droid gets through, but Jack is now going to be considering lining up this move. As we see, oh, Alex, big incident there. Alex runs wide, gets the car up on the curb and spins the car into the barrier. Big incident there, but he doesn't infect anyone else. He's going to get the car spun around and he's going to be able to carry on. So that is a real shame there from Alex. And we just see him continue on his way without his front wing. That is a real shame, but running wide on the curbs like that is always a risky business. So we are just watching now Jack and Frozen, but Frozen Droid now onto the back of Alex 1, running wide there on the exit of the curb, but hot on his tail. Frozen Droid is absolutely on a mission to make up some time here. So he's now into P7, fighting off P6 here. And he closes up the back. He's going to go for a lunge up at the bus stop chicane. No, he's just not close enough here. So he's just got to hold station, get the DRS down this straight. There it goes. DRS wing is open. He's now on a start for straight. He wants to. I think the ideal way to do it is not to overtake at turn 1 and just overtake at the long end of the long camel straight, because you get such a drag along the straight that it just becomes basically one and done. But yeah, Ricky Town holding P3. Lovely position from him as well. Spook still in P4. The gaps between everyone is about a second up there. As we see, look at this now. Yeah, Frozen Droid side by side gets the move done early. We see Alex once pulling back into the slipstream, but Frozen Droid gets the move done and he is on his way now. So now he has to catch up with Flying Rhino, but that is 18 seconds up the road. That is a huge ask from Frozen Droid to complete that. So the next up for Alex 1, I think, would be Jack. Let us have a look at the battle page for this. So Jack is now catching Alex, so he's only 7 tenths behind, but losing a little bit through these corners. So he's going to be a little bit Constantine, a little bit and catch up as they go through the braking zones and the acceleration zones. We see Jack now pulling through. A little bit of lack from Jack's side, so that's why you might see him a little bit squirrely through the corners. So let's have a look here. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. I'm not sure who that might be. But we see now Jack side by side here. But yeah, he's got to bail out. So he's got to tuck back in. We've got 20 minutes remaining. So we are exactly halfway through. Jack looking left, looking right, looking to see if he can get through or not. Goes through the bus stop chicane here. So he should just take note of what Frozen Droid did the lap before. Get the DRS tucked right in behind him on turn 1 and then just out drag him. We see Schmidt back into the pit lane. So I wonder if Schmidt maybe got a penalty or something, because he's in the pit lane. This is his second time. He's in there for a long time now. But we're now watching Jack on board as he piles down up through El Rouge, up the top of Radion. Now tucks in nicely behind, into the slipstream, pulls right early. Oh, we saw Alex nearly lose it there onto the grass and nearly take out Jack. That would have been a heart in a moment for Jack, and Alex nearly loses his braking line. He has to go across the runoff, but Jack gets the move done. Lovely move there from Jack as they continue on their way. I saw an Oblong and Jordan, so I think Oblong's just managed to get through Jordan, which is a nice move from Oblong. So Oblong now up into P12. He stopped again to get a new rear wing. So Oblong now has to chase down Alex and Carves in front of him. a good 30 seconds on the road, so that is going to be a bit of a mission. But it looks like Jack and Alex isn't quite done. Oh, it is done, yeah. So Jack is on his way, lovely. But these, oh, we see Wino Aski now drop back into P2. I wonder what happened there. So Aski now into P2. Aski looks really slow. So Aski is struggling here. Oh, and is Aski's into the pit lane? Aski's into the pits. Unbelievable. So Aski is now pitting from basically P1 and lost a lot of time. So he's now into the pit lane. I wonder what happened there from him. I wonder if he had a mistake or had some damage, or is this just a scheduled pit lane? Oh, okay. So hang on. We're just going to froze again. So Ken, go ahead.
Yeah, so Aski's actually on softs, whereas everyone else around him, front 4 in front and the 5 behind him, are all on mediums. So it could be that he's pitting for tyres.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It does look like that was a normal stop, only 6.2 seconds for him. So, yeah, I think you might be right. Has he come out back on soft tyres?
Seems to be, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so that looks like a 2-stop strategy from Aski, exactly at the halfway point as well. Thanks, Ken.
No worries.
So, yeah, so that looks like that was a 2-stop strategy play out from Aski. So that might be why it explains his absolutely blistering pace at the start. But Kruger just come back at him, and we just see him going through, was that Wild Boys there? Where is he come back out? Yeah, so he's just gone through Wild Boys to that Wild Boys. So now he needs to catch Flying Rhino, who's ahead of him, about 15 seconds. So let's see what Aski can do with this. This is very interesting. But we now see Spook on the back of Ricky Tan. As we see Spook now absolutely chasing down Ricky Tan. Probably sick of looking at the back of that Peniston Oils car. We've got penalty for Schmidt as well. Schmidt's got another penalty. I think either another one or the first one. But yeah, Schmidt is not having a good race with penalties. Bless him. As we're just watching this battle unfold in front of us. So Ricky Tan versus Spook in the Wonton GP liveried Formula 1 car as they head on down the hill. Let's ride on board with Spook. Let's see how close he can get at the end of the straight. So it goes through the detection point, pulls across. You can just hear the revs absolutely rising. Ricky Tan goes for an early defence. Oh, he locks a little bit of the front right there, does Ricky Tan, so that allows Spook up onto the back of him. Oh, Rick runs wide as well on the exit, so Spook is going to be very, very close on this lap. And Spook's just getting the car turned in nice, but you can see there's quite a bit of understeer there on Spook's car, having to the way the wheels angle of the wheels are compared to the motion of the car. He's very, very, very tight on understeer here. And we see Ricky Tan running wide on the exit as well as they now head down. But we're just seeing these boys fight it out. But yeah, I feel sorry for Schmidt. We'll have to find out what happened to him at the end of the race, because he's got another penalty, bless him. But yeah, Ricky Tan is going to be under some serious pressure now from Spook. So Ricky Tan in P2. But I need to keep an eye actually on Wino Aski. So what's Aski now? He is 13 seconds behind Rhino in P4. And maybe steadily catching. As we see the Wonton looking like he's going to shape up a move. Ricky Tan goes to the middle for defence. Beautiful defence there from Ricky Tan. Absolutely perfect defence. Just put the car in the middle, said no thank you, and made the Wonton do all the work there. As we see Schmidt now back into the pit lane to serve his penalty. Hopefully he can get this one right. But Ricky Tan, oh look at that, wide on the exit there. But gets good power down actually, gets good traction. Oblong just ended up with his steering wheel on his knees in the middle of a turn. What hopefully Oblong's got the wheel back on J71. That is incredible. But we see a brand new fastest lap time from Aski. So Aski's taken that gap from 13 seconds to 9.7 seconds in one lap. So Aski is going to be something to reckon with at the end of this lap. Terabyte, is it F1 for the rest of the GSMC season? Absolutely loving the car. So Terabyte, we have 9 races with the F1 car, which takes us up to the summer. And in the summer, we are doing a NASCAR series. And then at the end of the year, we're going to British touring cars. So we do have a good half a year of the Formula 1 cars. 9 races in total. So yes, we have a good long while with these. But these are phenomenal. So we're just watching now Actually, there is a Jack Frozen Droid battle going on here. So Frozen Droid might have made a mistake. Is Jack going to stick it round the... Oh, Jack, look at that. Jack is absolutely lethal. Jack, cut him off on the exit, my friend. Don't let him have any space there. You need to make him break for that. Don't let him get underneath you here. Keep a nice tight line. Good job, Jack. So it looks like Frozen Droid might have made a little mistake. Oh, Jack, no! Oh, Jack, what a catch there. I thought Jack was sailing off into the barrier there. But he actually saved the car beautifully there on the slide. Oh, my days. What a move from Jack. Let me see if we can catch that on a replay. Holy moly. I thought, oh, we see Frozen Droid now running wide. So Frozen Droid might have hurt his tyres a little bit. Let us ride. Oh, we might have this on board with Jack. Oh, no, we just missed it, unfortunately. So we're just going to see Frozen Droid sail off behind us here. But, okay, that's not a problem. We're just a little bit too late on that replay event. But that is all good. So Jack now on his own. Frozen Droid looks like he might be struggling with tyres. What we've got here. Jay says he managed to fix it rally car style without stopping, but lost 2 places doing it. Oh, good job, Oblong. What a man. Terrible. Yes, spot on. Of course, goes on all the time on the team radio. Yes, it wouldn't be a race without Oblong screaming at someone. So Frozen Droid looks like he might just be struggling with some tyres, running a little bit wide. Allow Jack back through now, up into P6 for Jack. Askey now taking that gap down to 8 seconds on Flying Rhino. So Askey is making good inroads here. So he could potentially get onto the back of Spook, but I think it's going to be a big ask. An absolute big ask. Let's look at Oblong here. Oblong now flying around the bottom of the hill. Who has he got in front of him? He is +2 to Herio and minus. So yeah, he's at a lot. So he's just chasing down Herio in front of him, who isn't that far up ahead. Jack and Frozen Droid battle is still continuing. Looks like Ricky Tan's managed to break the gap a little bit to Spook. He's now 1 second up the road. So yeah, Ricky Tan doing a fine job with his defense. Jack racing in the old Marlboro livery. Interesting. Yes, absolutely he is indeed. Yeah, a beautiful livery car. Look at it, though. It's stunning. But yeah, it looks like, and if you notice as well, it looks like the Top Gun livery is very much the modern AlphaTauri. The steering wheel of KRT is from the Ferrari parts bin, so it explains everything. Absolutely. It's a Ferrari. So we just see Jack now soaking up some pressure from Frozen Droid and keeping him behind. Looks like Jordan Oblong's got through Herio. So Herio must have had a little mistake. So Oblong now up into P12, which is good for him. As we just watched the... Oh, so Herio is actually DNF'd here from the race. So you see Jack... Oh, Jack! Oh, and Frozen Droid lock up and coming together. That was unfortunate there for Jack and Frozen Droid. Is Jack going to lose a place here to Alex 1? It might do indeed. So Jack is on the inside here. Alex 1's going to go around the side. Alex does the job. Gets through on Jack. That is a real shame from Jack. So let's ride on board with Jack. We should have this replay nailed. So brakes for the corner. Locks up. Oh, both front wheels locked up. Frozen Droid round the outside. Jack tags him. Gets spun round. And he continues on his way. All sorts of squirreling there on the exit. And we just see Alex 1 up the left here. I think Jack is going to lock up into turn 1. Or is he just going to brake? Yeah, he just brakes loads and lets him straight through. So yeah, that is a real shame from Jack. So Jack now down into P8 and Frozen Droid up into P6 with Askey ahead of him. But that is going to be a big ass. So actually Askey now only... Oh, we see Rhino big into the barrier. Lost his rear wing here. Rhino with a big loss of front and rear wing. Big into the barrier. Let's see if he can get this back without spinning the car. This is a big accident here from Flying Rhino. He's not that far from the pit lane, so he should be able to make it back if he's careful. But yeah, we're just switching over to Wano Askey to see him and his progress onto the Flying Rhino. And it looks like Flying Rhino just made a mistake and turned into the wall. Such a shame for Flying Rhino, but he makes it back into the pit lane without no problem. So he continues anyway. But it looks like Jack hasn't given up the battle with Alex 1. As we see Jack. Oh, we see Spook as well. Spook has finally got past. Looks like Rich has lost the front wing here. Richard has lost his front wing. So Richard's lost his front wing in the race. I wonder if our race director can maybe have a word with Rich and find out what happened. But we see Askey now is going to catch on to Ricky Tan. So Ricky Tan needs to pit for a new front wing. Jack and Alex 1 are still at each other. So we just see Jack. Oh no, Jack! Big accident! Jack turns in. Big accident at the top of Eau Rouge. Jack loses the car, but he doesn't hit the wall. Incredible stuff from Jack there at the top of Eau Rouge. Gets the car all totally spun around, and he continues on his way. So we're just going to hand over to Ken to find out what happened to Rich. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, it was a back marker collision lingering on one of the corners, and unfortunately Rich went into the back of him, lost his wing.
Oh,
really,
no.
Really cost him.
Yeah, that is a real big shame. Do we know if Rich planning to pit, or is he going to try and long it out? Do we know?
Oh, I didn't ask, but I think he's going to struggle to stay out.
Yeah, I agree. And we just see Schmidt in the pit lane again. So that's not good. But thank you very much, Ken. So let's have a look. We've got another Jack replay here. Let's go. So Rich is in the pit lane now. So Rich is having to pit. So while Rich pits, let's have a look at Jack's spin at the top of Eau Rouge. So here he goes, up the Eau Rouge, takes just a little, oh look, the car gets away, catches it, gets spun round, gets the car spun round. Oh, he does collide just right hand side, but doesn't lose the wing, gets on the way. That is a scary accident. I've seen cars come off way worse from that sort of incident. So yeah, so Jack is lucky to be alive, firmly in P7 now. So Ricky Tan in the pits now, and he's leaving the pit after a 14-second stop for a new front wing, puts him down into P5. Is he going to join on soft tyres? That is the question. He does indeed. So Ricky Tan makes the switch to softs. So he has Frozen Droid up the road from him. So Frozen Droid is what's Frozen Droid up the road? 14 seconds. So yeah, Ricky Tan really needs to push to catch Frozen Droid up the road. Askey now back in. Kruger off. Kruger off. Kruger is off. Kruger is off. He's lost his front wing. Kruger has crashed. So, and I hear Spook coming. So Kruger has made a big mistake here. Let me see if I can catch that on a replay. Oh my god. Let me see if we can catch that on replay from Kruger to find out what happened. Come on, please. Let me catch that early. Oh no, we just caught the end of the collision as he hits the wall. Loses his front wing. Gets the car turned around. So we'll see. Is Kruger going to pit or not? So we're going to ride back on board. He is. Kruger is in the pit lane. Kruger in the pits. So Spook, it goes through. Spook in the Wonton GP liveried car into P1. What a fantastic race from this man. So, oh, terrible. A very lucky Jack. Absolutely a very lucky Jack. So we see Kruger now into the pit lane. Currently down into P3. Ricky Tan now up into P4. Someone's just spun at the hairpin, it sounded like. Who was that? So Kruger is now exiting the pit lane. That is Frozen Droid going through. So Kruger, it looks like he's going to exit the pit lane in P3, but with Frozen Droid behind and Ricky Tan behind them, he should have switched to the soft tyres. Did he? Kruger does switch indeed to the soft tyres. So he's probably going to stay ahead of Frozen Droid. So Kruger very lucky to remain in P3 here. That's going to spice things up with Kruger's crash. Absolutely. It's definitely going to spice things up. So Kruger into 3-3. Frozen Droid now suddenly sniffs the chance of a podium here because it's right on his doorstep. Oblong here. Oh, Oblong's lost his wing again. Oblong, no front wing. Down in 12th place. Looks like he's going slow. Oblong crashed and lost his front wing, says Jay. Yeah, we just switched to Oblong. I saw him, Jordan, getting past him. That is a real shame from him. So Jordan's doing actually a really nice job in P11. Flying Runner is back with all his wings into P10. So we've got a real battle here. Kruger, Frozen Droid, Ricky Tan. And out of these three cars, Frozen Droid has the worst tyres. He hasn't stopped. He's still on mediums. The guys in front and behind are on soft tyres. because they have had accidents. And we see Oblong now just getting out of the way. So that is Oblong returning back to the pit lane. Hopefully Ricky Tan can get through this nicely without crashing into another back marker. The thing with these cars is that things happen so fast that, yeah, these sort of things happen. So we see Ricky Tan actually, yeah, getting through. Oblong getting out of the way beautifully there from Oblong. So a great move there from Oblong to get out of the way. So now Ricky Tan smelling some blood in the water like an absolute shark. Look at that, a 144.9, fastest lap of the race for Ricky Tan. So Ricky Tan is absolutely smelling blood. He wants to get past Frozen Droid, get back up into P4. I think he might struggle, but we see actually ASCII here is now only 7 seconds behind Spook. So ASCII back up into P2. So his two-stop strategy is working out, but I think only because other people have had accidents. He would still be behind Spook and maybe just catching up to Ricky Tan at this point. We see Frozen Droid there. A big snap of oversteer. Ricky Tan looking to go down the inside. Ricky Tan late on the brakes. Frozen Droid on the outside. Oh, Ricky Tan does a half spin. Oh, he gets the car going back up. Gets the car back underway. But yeah, he just a little bit too hard on the brakes there while he's turning. And the car, back of the car, got very light going downhill. Just over-rotated. I heard Ken in my ears making a weird noise because he's obviously watching this as well. Yeah, Ricky Tan, good job to keep it out of the wall though, so fine from him. But yeah, ASCII's strategy is actually paying off. Good for him, but can he catch up with Spook in 2 minutes and win? He's on the faster tyre. He's on about the same fuel load now, so yeah, we'll see what happens out of that. And we do see Ricky Tan. Look at this game, like absolute no one's business here. Absolutely flying. Ricky Tan reckoned to me before the race that those soft tyres are about 2 seconds a lap faster than the mediums on race pace. So Ricky Tan doesn't want to make the move here. He wants to make the move at the next. Oh, he's going to go for it. As we see Frozen Droid getting all sorts of crossed up, but Ricky Tan's going to get the power down. He does, look at that. Just gets the power down. Gets the move done nicely. But Frozen Droid, he's going to get back across him at the top of the hill. Ricky Tan needs to let him have the outside line. But Frozen Droid's going to struggle to get the car slowed down on the outside, and he's probably going to lose it. So we just watch here. So Frozen Droid, yeah, struggles to get the car down. Doesn't have the same. Oh, they come together! Oh no, that is not what you want to see. That is not what you see. But Ricky Tan gets the car underway first, yeah, because the thing is, Frozen Droid just doesn't have the grip that Ricky Tan has. So Ricky Tan can keep a tight line. Oh, that is a real shame from the pair of them. But we grabbed that replay, let me tell you. So let us ride on board with Frozen Droid on that. Let's have a look at that. So we see Frozen Droid now coming back at Ricky Tan as they head down the straight. Hard on the brakes, he's just ahead, but look at that understeer there. Ricky Tan goes round outside. Just a little bit pinched because Ricky Tan just has that much more grip. A little bit of a collision together, and they both spin round, but they both get underway. That is a big shame there, but they both get underway, which is fine. Ricky Tan did have the markings of him just because he's got the fresher tyres, and they continue on the race. Frozen Droid now down into P5, Ricky Tan up into P4. I saw Kruger with the fastest lap of the race with a 1:43.952, which is a mighty fast lap from Kruger, but he's going to have to do a lot to catch up to Wino ASCII ahead. So, oh, we see Alex Goncalves actually in the pit lane. Oh, he's lost all his wings as well. So Alex in the pit lane. That's a real shame from him. Down in P11. Is Oblong going to be able to make the most of this? Oblong might just get passed up into P11. Jordan's actually doing it. Oh, Jordan's lost his front wing. So Jordan now, no front wing. But we are on 0-0-0. We are on 0 time. So that means that when Spook crosses the line, that is race over. So Spook actually being extremely consistent in this race is something that he does. He is, 9 seconds ahead of Wino ASCII, who is ahead of Kruger. by 11 seconds. So yeah, it looks like Spook is going to win this as he goes through the final few corners here. What an amazing job by Spook. The wontons do it again. So Spook goes through the bus stop chicane, gets the cart powered down. Yeah, beautiful job by Spook. Crosses the start finish line. Beautiful work from Spook as he crosses the line. What a race and well managed from him. As we see Wino Askey now returning to the podium. He's had a few wins, and yeah, he's had a few wins and he dropped down a little bit some seasons, but he's back firmly in the Formula 1 car. So Askey beautifully played with a one-stop strategy. His teammate across the line in P3 after an incident. And we're going to see Ricky Tan now going to cross the line in P4 after his little incident with Frozen Droid in the last couple of laps there. So we're going to see Ricky Tan now going across the line now. Beautiful job by him after his accident. And we're going to see Frozen Droid just behind, cross the line into 5th. Alex, our brand new driver here in the GSMC, crosses the line in P6 place in the black line liveried car. Good job from him. And Jack not too far behind him and crosses the line. What a good job from him. P8 is going to go to Mason, who is just a little bit behind, so we're going to ride on board with him. We say, Terabyte, thanks Bruce for fantasy commentary, and Ken for the top race management. Great racing, and thank you. I'm going to kick Ken in here now so he can talk live for the whole bit. And Twinflow says, awesome drive, Spook, well deserved for keeping cool. Yes, good job. Actually, Mason's done an amazing job this race, Ken, for me.
Yeah, I think it was pretty well done by everyone, to be honest. Obviously, first race, very fast cars, a couple of big incidents, but people did well to keep their cool.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so we just watched Mason cross the line in 8th, and Flying Rhino is going to cross the line in 9th place. Oh, Jordan's in the pit lane. Oh, Jordan might have finished. So Jordan secured P10. So that's a point for Jordan. What a fine job for that man. So Flying Rhino crosses the line in P10. Good job from him. I can hear people doing donuts, I think, somewhere. Yeah, there they are. All doing donuts at P1. Yeah, great track, said Askey. Askey, what a fine job, my friend. So that is it from us here at the GSMC and the first race. We do have our second race next weekend. We are going to be at the beautiful Suzuka track. So make sure you join us next weekend at Suzuka. Twin Float, we want to see you there, man, because Suzuka is going to be something special in these cars. Yeah, we will see you next week. So that's bye from me.
Yep.
And goodbye from him. We'll see you next week, guys. See you soon.